Welcome to Daily Stoic, where we explore timeless wisdom and practical strategies to help you lead a life of purpose, strength, and fulfillment. If you've ever wondered why some men, regardless of their audacity and seemingly shameless behavior, effortlessly capture the attention of remarkable women, while you, despite your best efforts, seem to fall short of achieving your desires, you're not alone. This isn't about luck or chance, nor is it a matter of fate conspiring against you. The answer lies in something far more profound: the distinct attitudes these men embody and the societal norms they are unafraid to challenge. In today's discussion, we'll delve deep into the strategies that set these men apart, revealing how you too can cultivate an irresistible presence and forge the connections you've long sought. This journey isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about uncovering the potential within you, shifting your mindset, and adopting the approaches that truly make a difference. If you find yourself weary of playing the role of the nice guy, constantly overlooked and underestimated, then it's time to prepare for a profound transformation. What you'll discover today may challenge your current beliefs and push you out of your comfort zone, but it will also empower you to take control of your life and relationships in ways you never thought possible. So let's embark on this journey of transformation together. It's time to move beyond the old patterns that have held you back and step into a new way of being, one that attracts the respect, admiration, and love you deserve. The shameless believe they're the best. Do you find yourself embodying the role of the nice guy? Always there at a moment's notice, eagerly responding to every message, dutifully liking every post she shares, and consistently offering a steady stream of compliments? If so, then I must congratulate you, for you have unwittingly cast yourself as her ever-available, needy admirer. And what will this earn you? The unfortunate reality is that she will likely walk all over you, treating you as little more than an afterthought. If you seek to be truly attractive, understand this fundamental truth. Placing a woman on a pedestal will almost certainly lead to her losing interest in you, and quicker than you might expect. While women may vocally denounce arrogance, the reality is far more nuanced. They are often drawn to men who possess a deep and unwavering self-regard, who value themselves more highly than they do her. This isn't about arrogance in the conventional sense. It's about recognizing your own worth and refusing to compromise it. Let us dispel the illusion that being endlessly nice and agreeable will somehow earn you favor. In reality, such behavior places you in a position of inferiority. When you are perpetually available, instantly responsive, and effusively complimentary, you are essentially broadcasting, "Please notice me, I'll do anything for you." This desperation is far from attractive. It's a signal of low self-esteem. Women might profess to dislike arrogance, but the truth is, they are often captivated by men who project a quiet, confident assurance that says, "I am the prize, not you." Now let's delve into the concept of placing yourself on a pedestal. It may seem counterintuitive, even arrogant, to do so. Yet most men do precisely the opposite, particularly when they are enamored with a woman they find exceptionally attractive. They attempt to win her over by being overly accommodating, always available, instantly responsive, and lavish with praise. However, once a woman detects this kind of fawning adoration, the man's value plummets in her eyes and the spark of attraction is quickly extinguished. You may ask any woman, and she will likely assert that she detests men with a superiority complex. Yet observe the subtleties of female nature, and you will notice a pattern. Given the choice, most women are drawn to men who stand a bit taller, earn a bit more, and are slightly more attractive than themselves. In essence, women are often inclined toward men who embody a sense of superiority. If you behave like a needy puppy, showering a woman with constant adoration, you automatically place yourself beneath her. This dynamic erodes attraction. Many women, particularly those who are physically beautiful, often perceive themselves as superior to the majority of men. This is largely because many men place an exaggerated value on physical appearance. The shameless man, however, maintains a high sense of self-worth. Even when he finds a woman attractive, he still views himself as the superior party. He does not stoop to sycophantic behavior. Consequently, the woman is more likely to see him as someone who is above her, and therefore more desirable. If you wish to be regarded as the prize, abandon the desperate behavior, take a step back, and start valuing yourself more. You will begin to see a shift in how women respond to you. Women are drawn to men who possess a strong sense of self-esteem, who aren't always available, and who challenge them. When you internalize this mindset, the dynamics of your interactions will change significantly. The shameless man learned this lesson long ago, and now it's your turn to understand and apply it. The shameless take risks. Do you find yourself perpetually anchored in the safety of your comfort zone, paralyzed by fear, and always opting for the path of least resistance? While you remain stuck in the same stagnant routine, the shameless man is out there, boldly moving forward, unbothered by the woman who's ignoring him, and confidently engaging with someone who values him more. Meanwhile, you persist in futilely chasing after a woman who barely acknowledges your existence. It's time to reassess your self-worth, my friend. She doesn't want you, and deep down, you know it. Now let's explore the concept of risk-taking. One of the fundamental differences between men who find themselves with an abundance of romantic options and those who are perpetually starved for attention lies in their willingness to embrace risk. Allow me to illustrate this with a story. Consider Pedro. Pedro meets a girl on Instagram, and after a few interactions, he asks her out. She politely declines, citing other commitments. Pedro, undeterred, asks again, only to receive the same response. Despite these clear signs, Pedro continues to respond promptly to her messages, likes every one of her stories, and harbors high hopes that things will eventually turn in his favor. One day, Pedro shares his frustrations with his friend Paulo. Paulo, a man of different mettle, advises Pedro to stop pursuing her and instead give her the cold shoulder. Paulo himself had recently adopted this approach with a woman who also declined his advances. But Pedro, consumed by fear, hesitates. What if she loses interest altogether? He worries. A week later, Paulo updates Pedro. The woman he ignored has indeed moved on. Pedro, with a hint of self-satisfaction, says, "I told you so." But Paulo, unfazed, replies, "Relax, I'm now talking to another woman, someone even better. And we have plans to go out tomorrow. Oh, and Anna, a girl I met months ago, just reached out to me again." The lesson here is clear. Paulo, by valuing himself and refusing to chase after someone who wasn't interested, opened the door to new opportunities. Some women, upon realizing what they've lost, even return, seeking a second chance. Meanwhile, Pedro continues to waste his time, stuck in a loop of unrequited attention, failing to get what he truly desires. The truth is, it's far better to walk away with your dignity intact than to invest in someone who doesn't reciprocate your feelings. Time spent chasing what isn't meant for you is time wasted. The shameless man isn't afraid of losing because he understands the vastness of possibilities life has to offer. He's willing to take risks, knowing that the potential rewards far outweigh the occasional setbacks. And even when he faces rejection, he doesn't perceive it as a defeat but as a valuable lesson. He learns, adapts, and moves forward with greater wisdom. It is the fear of taking risks that traps many men in mediocrity. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of not being enough. The shameless man, however, recognizes that failure is an essential component of growth. He doesn't let rejection dampen his spirits because he knows that every no is simply one step closer to a yes. He understands that life is, in many ways, a numbers game, and those who keep playing are the ones who eventually win. If you aspire to be more like the shameless man and experience greater success in your romantic pursuits, it's time to abandon your safety net. Take risks, step boldly out of your comfort zone, and be willing to lose a few battles to win the greater war. This shift in mindset will transform not only your interactions with women, but your entire approach to life. They're a challenge. Consider for a moment the exhausting efforts you pour into being liked, the relentless striving, the constant bending over backward to win approval. How futile, how misguided. The shameless man, in stark contrast, exerts little effort in comparison, secure in the knowledge that he has other options. You, on the other hand, become the needy nice guy, clinging desperately to her attention. And in doing so, you bore her. She craves mystery. She longs for a challenge, and what do you offer? Predictability. monotony. You are the epitome of the ordinary, and in her eyes, that is the death of attraction. Let's face the truth. Women are drawn to the enigmatic, the unknown. They are intrigued by a challenge, and your desperate quest to be liked obliterates any chance of being intriguing. When you overextend yourself, shower her with unending attention, and openly declare your affections, you strip away all mystery. You become an open book, pages splayed out for her to read with no effort required. And here lies the problem. There's nothing left for her to discover, nothing left to earn. You've placed yourself on a silver platter, and frankly, it's not appealing. In relationships, the nice guy makes the critical error of laying bare his feelings too soon, too completely. By doing so, he extinguishes the very elements that foster attraction, mystery, and challenge. The woman, now assured of his love, sees no reason to pursue him further. He becomes something already won, a prize with no allure, and the attraction inevitably cools. Emotional and sentimental dependency turns the nice guy into a figure of neediness, not desire. He isn't the man she likes, he's the man who needs her. And in this dynamic, the essence of masculinity, providing security, leading, being dominant, is lost. A man who needs her cannot be the man she takes pleasure in being with. The shameless man, however, operates on an entirely different plane. When he encounters a woman, regardless of her beauty, he does not go out of his way to impress or chase after her. He understands the natural dynamics of attraction, including female hypergamy, and navigates them with ease. The shameless man views himself as superior, and this self-perception becomes his advantage. If a woman is already somewhat attracted to him, his air of self-assurance transforms that attraction into something deeper, a challenge. In relationships, unlike the nice guy, the shameless man refuses to be submissive. His independence and strength are palpable, and they sustain the woman's interest. He's the kind of man who exudes a quiet power, the kind who makes a woman feel both intrigued and safe. She senses his value not just in how he treats her, but in how he values himself. And that self-respect, that inner strength, is the very quality that keeps her coming back. The crucial lesson here is to understand that women are drawn to men who are not entirely accessible, who aren't always there at a moment's notice. They seek someone who challenges them, who makes them earn his attention. This doesn't mean being rude or disrespectful. It means cultivating a strong sense of self-worth, maintaining your own priorities, and not letting your life revolve around one person. If you wish to be more attractive, cease the constant striving. Become a challenge. Have other options, other interests, and don't be perpetually available. Let her work a bit for your attention. This will elevate your value in her eyes and, as a result, deepen her attraction to you. The shameless man has mastered this art, and now it's time for you to learn and apply it to your own life. The shameless don't ask for permission. Picture the bold man who fearlessly flirts with everyone in the room. He doesn't hesitate, doesn't seek approval, he simply acts. Meanwhile, you find yourself stuck, waiting for a green light, so consumed with the fear of overstepping that you render yourself invisible. It's time to awaken, my friend. Either act with the confidence of your convictions or resign yourself to a life of mediocrity. What truly distinguishes the men who thrive in their interactions with women from those who falter is their attitude. The shameless man is not defined by hesitation, but by his decisive nature. He is bold, assertive, and acts without waiting for permission. And this, more than anything, sets him apart. In our previous discussion, I mentioned that the man who captures a woman's interest is the one who takes decisive action. This principle holds true across all interactions. Those who move boldly forward, who initiate rather than react, who lead rather than follow, are the ones who succeed. This approach isn't just about outward behavior. It's deeply connected to the core of masculine energy. Being proactive and not waiting for permission taps into the very essence of what it means to be a man in a relationship. It resonates with women on a fundamental level, creating an undeniable allure. Contrast this with the nice guy, who often falls into the trap of passivity. He hesitates, seeks approval, and only acts when given explicit permission. This timidity not only causes him to miss countless opportunities, but also diminishes his attractiveness in the eyes of women. Passivity breeds disinterest, and behind closed doors, it leads to a lackluster experience that fails to satisfy. However, it's important to clarify that confidence does not equate to recklessness. At no point should your actions be invasive or disrespectful. The key lies in developing an intuitive understanding of the situation, knowing when a moment calls for bold action, and then stepping forward with certainty. Women by nature often carry a sense of insecurity and passivity, and it is here that a dominant, self-assured man fulfills an unspoken need. Think, for example, of the cultural phenomenon that was 50 Shades of Grey. The male lead captivated audiences not merely because of his wealth or looks, but because of his unwavering decisiveness and dominance in both his daily life and his intimate encounters. This character's boldness struck a chord because it contrasted so starkly with the hesitant, uncertain men who often end up relegated to the friend zone. These men, despite being kind and respectful, lack the essential courage to act. They wait for explicit signals, for clear permissions, and by the time they receive them, the shameless man has already moved in and taken what he wanted. The shameless man understands a fundamental truth. Action is the force that propels life forward. He trusts in his own decisions and is unafraid of making mistakes. For him, it is far better to ask for forgiveness than to endlessly wait for permission. If you wish to transcend mediocrity and find greater success in your relationships, you must adopt this mindset. Stop waiting, start acting with confidence, and embody the attitude that you know what you want and are prepared to go after it. This shift in perspective will dramatically alter how women perceive you. The shameless man has mastered this art, and now it's your turn to learn and apply it. They're intense. The shameless man brings a fire to the table that others simply lack. Where you, with your insecurities, offer only monotony, he ignites passion. Women are drawn not to those who tread lightly through life, but to those who make them feel deeply, who stir emotions that linger. You must learn to embody intensity, to live with a vibrancy that captures her attention and makes her see you in a new light. Let's delve into the concept of intensity. The shameless man is intense in every aspect. His actions, his words, his very presence. He has mastered the art of provoking strong emotions in a woman, and this ability is profoundly attractive. When you are insecure, hesitant, or unsure, you project a dullness that fails to engage. The woman feels nothing for you because you offer her nothing to feel, and in truth, who desires the company of someone who evokes no emotion at all? In relationships, the nice guy often falls into the trap of predictability, leading to boredom. He adheres to routines, repeats the same behaviors, and speaks in the same uninspired tones. There is no surprise, no spark, no life in his interactions. The shameless man, on the other hand, is a whirlwind of emotions, a dynamic force that keeps a woman intrigued. He knows how to create moments of intensity, how to elicit feelings that range from excitement to passion. He isn't afraid to be vulnerable, to express his emotions openly, and this authenticity is magnetic. The key here is to recognize that women crave emotion. They want to be swept up in a tide of feelings that makes life richer and more vibrant. This doesn't mean being erratic or unstable, but rather living with a fervor that is contagious. The shameless man understands this. He is passionate about his life, his beliefs, and this passion draws women to him like moths to a flame. He isn't afraid to show his true self, to let his emotions be seen, and that vulnerability, far from being a weakness, becomes his greatest strength. If you wish to become more attractive, you must learn to live with intensity. Be passionate about what you do, about what you believe in. Don't shy away from showing your emotions or from being vulnerable. It is this ability to provoke strong emotions in a woman that will keep her interested and deeply attracted to you. The shameless man has long understood this and used it to his advantage. Now it is your time to embrace this knowledge, to learn, and to apply it in your own life. The shameless are pre-selected. Observe your surroundings. Why does a bustling store brimming with customers seem more appealing than one that stands empty? The answer lies in a subtle but powerful psychological principle that applies just as much to human attraction as it does to commerce. If no one else desires you, why should she? The shameless man understands this all too well. He is never seen alone. always accompanied by someone, and this very presence sparks the curiosity and interest of others. It's not just coincidence, it's strategy. Let's delve into the concept of pre-selection. Imagine you're on a busy street looking to buy a car. On one side, there's a dealership with no customers, its showroom quiet and still. On the other side, there's another dealership teeming with interested buyers, each eagerly exploring the vehicles on display. Which one draws you in? Naturally, the bustling dealership catches your eye, not just because of the cars, but because the presence of others suggests value. It signals that there's something worth your attention. The same principle applies in the realm of attraction. Pre-selection is one of the most potent dynamics in the psychology of relationships. Women are instinctively drawn to men who are already desired by others. It's not just about superficial attraction. It's a deeper, almost subconscious perception that a man who is sought after must possess qualities of worth. He has been vetted, so to speak, by others, and this social proof elevates his value. The shameless man is a master of this dynamic. He is often seen in the company of other women, receiving their praise and attention, which in turn piques the curiosity and interest of additional onlookers. His social presence acts as a beacon, signaling that he has been tested and approved, making him all the more intriguing. It's a simple yet profound effect. When a man is visibly desired, it suggests that he possesses qualities worth desiring. Moreover, there's another layer to this concept. When a man is with a woman, and that woman's friends are aware of the relationship, word tends to spread. She might speak about him, about the things he does and the way he is, even sharing intimate details. Unintentionally, she becomes an ambassador for his desirability, promoting him to other women who might now see him in a different light. This social validation can significantly enhance a man's appeal, making him even more attractive in the eyes of others. If you wish to enhance your attractiveness, it's crucial to understand and harness the power of pre-selection. Demonstrate that you are desired, that you have options. This doesn't mean becoming a womanizer, but rather conveying that you are a man of value, someone who others find worthy of their attention. When you do this, you naturally increase your desirability to others. The shameless man has long mastered this art and reaps its benefits. Now it's your turn to learn this strategy and apply it in your own life. The shameless have self-love. At the core of any meaningful existence lies a fundamental truth. If you do not love yourself, no one else will. The shameless man embodies this principle with unwavering clarity. He prioritizes his own well-being, nurtures both his body and mind, and never allows himself to be subjugated by the whims of others. Ask yourself, are you surviving on mere scraps of attention, pleading for the validation of others? This is not living. It is a pitiful existence. The moment you begin to truly value yourself, you will witness a profound transformation in your life. Self-love, though simple in concept, has the power to revolutionize a man's life. When paired with genuine confidence, self-love becomes an irresistible force that draws others in like a magnet. But beware, do not mistake self-love for narcissism. This is not about inflating your ego or adopting a facade of arrogance. You don't need to mimic the entire persona of the shameless man to become attractive, nor should you fall into the trap of promiscuity, which only leads to negative consequences. What you must grasp is that the so-called nice guy, far from being a symbol of true kindness, often ends up being exploited and discarded. His lack of self-respect makes him an easy target. Understanding female nature and cultivating an alpha mindset is key, but it all begins with self-love. Many men mistakenly believe they already possess self-love, yet their actions betray them. True self-love means prioritizing yourself, investing your time and energy only in those who reciprocate. If you find yourself desperately chasing after a woman's attention, accepting the bare minimum she offers, you are not just losing your dignity, you are failing to love yourself. To genuinely love yourself, you must take care of yourself in every aspect. This means committing to your physical health through regular exercise and a balanced diet, grooming yourself with care, and dressing in a way that reflects your worth. You deserve to present yourself well as a man of substance who is continually building upon his strengths. And when a woman fails to see your potential, that's her loss, not yours. With your dignity intact, You won't waste your time on someone who doesn't appreciate your value. However, self-love goes beyond appearance. It is about cultivating good habits and striving for progress in all areas of your life: communication, physical fitness, and financial stability. But remember, this journey is not a race. Many men lose themselves in the pursuit of self-improvement, constantly comparing themselves to others, growing anxious and frustrated when they feel they aren't progressing fast enough. My friend, take a breath. Focus on the daily practices that foster growth, be patient with yourself, and find joy in the process. Gratitude is another crucial element of self-love. Recognize and appreciate what you already have, for this mindset attracts even more positivity into your life. If you seek to change your life and become more attractive, begin by cultivating a deeper love for yourself. Value who you are, care for yourself, develop good habits, and embrace gratitude. As you do, you'll find that the magic you've been seeking begins to unfold before you. The shameless man has long understood this, and now it is your turn to embrace these truths and apply them to your own life. The shameless don't complain. Do you find yourself constantly lamenting the unfairness of life, bemoaning that women overlook you, or griping about a job that doesn't fulfill you? Such a mindset is a poison, repelling those around you and isolating you in your own misery. Complaints are the anthem of the defeated, a refrain that no one wishes to hear. The shameless man, however, has no time for such self-pity. He doesn't wallow in despair or cry out for the world's sympathy. Instead, he rises and does what must be done. While you are paralyzed by your grievances, waiting for the world to take notice of your plight, the shameless man has already moved on, far ahead of you. He does not linger on problems. He confronts them head-on and seeks solutions. Obstacles to him are not excuses for inaction, but challenges to be surmounted. If a woman does not return his interest, he doesn't lose sleep over it. He simply moves on to someone who will. If his job no longer serves him, he seeks ways to improve his situation or boldly steps into a new opportunity. The shameless man understands a vital truth. Complaints achieve nothing, but decisive action moves mountains. Moreover, he grasps the subtle but powerful law of attraction. Negativity begets more negativity. When you complain, you broadcast your weakness, your lack of control, and everyone around you can sense it. The woman you hope to impress sees a man who is adrift, lost in a sea of dissatisfaction, clinging to complaints rather than steering his own course. And let's be clear, there is nothing attractive about that. On the contrary, when you stop complaining and start taking action, you project a completely different energy. You become a person of initiative, someone who is in control of his life, and that quality is profoundly attractive. Women are generally drawn to men who exude confidence, who make decisions with clarity and purpose. By refusing to complain and instead taking charge of your life, you demonstrate these very qualities. This is not about ignoring the difficulties you face or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about cultivating resilience, about meeting life's challenges with your head held high and finding ways to overcome them. The shameless man doesn't allow setbacks to defeat him. He uses them as fuel, turning adversity into strength. This kind of attitude is infectious, drawing others to you like a magnet. If you wish to transform your life and become more attractive, it's time to abandon the habit of complaining. Focus on solutions instead of problems. Take the reins of your life firmly in hand and show the world that you are a man who knows what he wants and is prepared to fight for it. This shift in mindset will not only make you stand out, but will also attract more women than you ever imagined possible. They know how to say no. How often have you found yourself agreeing to things when every fiber of your being urged you to decline? You continually yield to the desires of others, especially women, hoping that this compliance will make you more appealing or likable. But what does this really reveal about you? It signals a lack of standards, an openness to manipulation, and a disregard for your own time and energy. In stark contrast, the shameless man understands the profound power of no and wields it with purpose. Saying no is not about being rude or selfish. It is about establishing boundaries that safeguard your self-respect. When you're perpetually available, constantly acquiescing, you become predictable and, frankly, uninteresting. People, particularly women, will lose respect for you because they see how easily you can be controlled. No one is drawn to a person who behaves like a doormat. The shameless man, however, is unafraid to say no. He recognizes that his time is precious and his attention is not to be squandered on just anyone or anything. By confidently saying no, he sets standards, demonstrating that he values himself too highly to accept anything less than he deserves. This not only elevates his value in the eyes of others, but also commands their respect. Women in particular are naturally more attracted to men who possess a sense of authority and self-confidence. Consider this scenario. A woman asks you to do something that you really don't want to do. You, driven by a fear of displeasing her, reluctantly agree. What follows? A sense of resentment festers within you, irritation builds, and deep down, you know you've compromised your dignity. Now envision the shameless man in that same situation. He carefully evaluates the request, and if it doesn't align with his desires or values, he simply says no, without hesitation, without fear. He understands that his worth is not contingent on pleasing everyone, and this kind of unwavering confidence is irresistibly attractive. Moreover, saying no adds an element of mystery and challenge. People become intrigued by what you truly value and why you are unwilling to compromise easily. This natural curiosity enhances attraction and deepens their interest in you. If you aspire to stand out and become more attractive, mastering the art of saying no is essential. Don't shy away from setting boundaries and standing firm in your beliefs. Value your time and energy, and others will follow suit. The power of no is not just a tool, it's a statement of self-worth for any man who seeks to be respected and desired. Always remember, a man who knows what he wants and possesses the courage to act accordingly is infinitely more attractive than someone who bends to the will of others. Embrace the power of no and let it guide you to a life of greater respect, confidence, and fulfillment. If you found value in these insights, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Daily Stoic for more wisdom on how to lead a life of purpose and strength.